What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Airborne in the house, dropping you guys the latest and greatest cryptocurrency news and updates. Today is, what is today? August 11th, 2022. We got another Thirsty Thursdays live stream with Six Figs. He's going to be popping in here shortly. I got a different format than the usual that we usually do, where I kind of do the market overview and then we get into TA. I'm going to kind of bring Six Figs in here shortly. We're just going to kind of go through the market overview. I got some news, some stories and stuff we're going to talk about. We'll do some TA in between, but glad you guys could all be here. I'm also live on TikTok right now. I got my phone next to me. I got my iPad right here monitoring the comments. So I don't know what's going to come of that, but just something different that I'd try out tonight. So we got two people on TikTok. Hopefully you guys on TikTok can hear me okay. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the comments here. But yeah, looks like I'm having some connection issues. But right now, another thing. We got a full moon happening as we speak. I do believe it's like 9:34 p.m. Eastern, so that's going on. So hopefully you guys can all hear me okay. And on TikTok, it's just going to be crazy to try to monitor both of these. We got Strika. So yeah, let's bring in Six Fig.
What's is happening, man? Good to see you. How have you been?
Not bad. You know, taking it day by day, but trying to keep up on the grind and everything. What about you?
Man, I'm doing the same thing. Just trying to keep the hustle strong. I'm trying to stay up to date with the current affairs in the crypto industry. And I don't know. I'm trying not to get too excited at the latest pumps and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. It's just been this ride.
There's so much crazy stuff out there. Like, I don't even know what to believe. People are saying, oh, this is just a fake out. And there's other people that are into TA and they think we're at Elliott Wave Theory 5. Yeah. We just hit 0.4. We could be seeing a boost all the way up until the end of the year, slowly but surely. You have Alex Becker. I don't know if you follow him on YouTube, put out a video today. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but he's like, I sold all my stocks in crypto and why I'm getting out of market right now, just because of all the crazy macroeconomics, the inflation and all that type of stuff. So it's just a lot of uncertainty. Yeah. Nobody knows. And take everything with a grain of salt and do your own research, pretty much.
You know, I don't watch him or anything like that, but I've got the same kind of feeling that he's got. You know, this isn't financial or trading advice or anything like that, but you know, I'm sitting cash on all of my stock market stuff right now, and I have been actually for months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just is what it is. So
yeah. All right, so let's just jump into it. I'm gonna try to keep this stream to an hour, but with all the stuff, I think we'll probably go maybe an hour and a half if that's cool with you.
And then 2 hours, 3 hours.
It is a full moon night, so it might get a little weird and crazy tonight. You never know how that is. And I know you always talk about your crazy police days stories of full moon, people going crazy and stuff.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
Yeah, so actually 9:36 p.m. Eastern, exactly right now. If you go outside right now and look at the moon, if it's clear out, you're going to see what's known as a sturgeon moon, apparently. And I guess this occurs when the moon is 90% of its closest approach to Earth, making it a supermoon, according to this retired NASA guy. So, yeah, whenever there's full moons, people always get a little crazy. I can never sleep on full moon nights. And then also, if you're like into astronomy and stuff and thinking about the traditional markets and crypto, usually full moons indicate that Bitcoin and crypto or whatever, we've hit its bottom for that cycle. So when we hit the full moon, that's when we've bottomed out. And then next time when we go into the new moon, we should be pumping. It's not always the case. I mean, we could maybe pull it up on the charts so I can show you guys. But it's just another indicator. It's fun to look at just to see how the markets move like that. Let's just do that real quick. So I got the Bitcoin chart up here. Let me put up moon phases. Might have to take down, my MACD because I don't pay for trading views. I only get 3 indicators.
I should float you my account so you can log into the same one or something.
Be nice. All right, so if we take a look, and I've been trying to get better with my TA.
You've been getting good.
I did not know that. I was trying to figure out how to not make my thing. You just go over here and you click up and down. That's how you stretch it. Like, don't make fun of me, people out there who are in the trading view, but I just recently figured that out. But again, you guys can see, let's just zoom into like recently that we've had. So again, like I said, it's not always the case where it's pretty much accurate. It's just kind of hit or miss. Let's go to the daily. Actually, that might be a little bit easier to see.
You got your Ichimoku clouds. Hit that little button down in the right-hand corner called Auto. And okay. And then see right down below that, there's this line where it says like strategy tester and stuff. You can get rid of that.
Minimize it.
Hide that panel. There you go. Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Okay. See, I learn things every day. But yeah, looking at the moon phases real quick. So the last thing that we had was a new moon. Really nothing. Pretty much been trading sideways, it looks like, since the last new moon. Full moon here, this kind of held true. We dumped into the full moon, and then the new moon we had here, we pretty much pumped all the way up into it. And then this one, like I said, differently. We're kind of like right in the middle right now, so it's not always the case. But if we go take a look back, let's see. Man, I don't like...
I mean, you could almost trade off this moon stuff, man. I'll tell you what.
Here's one. Full moon, we pretty much... like, it's off by a couple days, so plus or minus a few days. But full moon, this is the local bottom, pumped to the new moon. New moon was our high when you should sell. Come down, look, we dumped into full moon. See, like, it's just crazy. Like, It goes back to the cycles of Earth and the rhythms and all that type of stuff. Fibonacci, crazy. Just, I don't know. I always find it fascinating, but
it's
again,
the rhythms of the universe.
Moon. Yeah,
it really is. It's crazy.
So I just want to quickly talk about that. Man, indicators. How long have you been messing with TradingView?
About a year. Well, so TradingView, I've been messing with TradingView for the last few years. When I made the full switch, I used to be straight up TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. That's stocks at the time. I don't even know if you can look up crypto on there. TD Ameritrade has Thinkorswim, a phenomenal charting software, but they don't have crypto. So that's when I moved over to TradingView a couple of years ago. Probably a year and a half ago, I probably moved over to TradingView. It just is what it is. But if you're into stocks, Thinkorswim's great. It's free.
Gotcha. Another thing I was doing last night because I was bored, identifying the U.S. 50 states. As a kid growing up, always in school, I always knew every state. I used to know every capital of every state. I don't know them all anymore. But I was messing with this last night, and I'll put this in the comments section if you guys get bored. And I posted a tweet about this earlier, and a lot of people were liking it because not only they have the U.S. 50 states, they have a whole bunch of different other like kind of games where you can do countries, cities, or whatever. But yeah, you basically click on it, and you can kind of put a voice to it. So it says it. So you just kind of go through it like, where's Washington, New York, Indiana. And I'm curious, you guys watching, if you get a chance during the stream or whatever, if you have different computer pulled up. It's probably a lot easier to do it on a desktop than it is the cell phone because you need something fine-tuned, like a little cursor to do like the smaller states, like in New England and whatnot, or the Northeast. But my best was 1 minute and 15 seconds with 100% accuracy. Granted, it did take me I was messing with for about 10, 15, 20 minutes before I did get that. But you get better the more you play. It's like practice makes perfect type of thing. But I challenge you guys to my 1 minute and 15 seconds and tweet me that if you guys beat me.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I tried it, and I need to brush up on my geography. Yeah. I was talking to Airborne. I said, this little cluster of those northeastern states that jam me up.
Yeah. And even though I do live in New Jersey, I still am not real familiar. I've actually never even traveled up to Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine ever. Like the farthest I've been probably was like West Point. I've been to West Point, like right over here. Okay. But I take that back. I've been to Syracuse one time. That's kind of like in the middle of New York. But okay. I always mess up these two states. This is Vermont. And this is New Hampshire right here.
Yeah.
But just something fun. Figured I'd throw out there.
It's right next to Iowa out there.
Yeah. I bet you're good. I always get some of those states messed up too. Like Nebraska. this is Wyoming, right? Yeah, Wyoming. I always kind of mess up these
Yep.
two in Kansas and Nebraska.
Yep.
But I'm sure you're familiar with all of these.
New Mexico, that's Arizona.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. So let's jump into quick market overview, see how we're doing. Looks like, wow, we're down 1.14%. Did Bitcoin just take a little tumble? Down 2%, sitting at 23,937. ETH's crushing it right now, leading pretty much the whole market. Up 0.14%, sitting at 1,886. So we got the ETH merge coming up here shortly. So I don't know if this is going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing, or if it's just going to keep going and going. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. BNB's down about 2%. Cardano down 2.8%, 53 cents. Take a look at some of the gainers. Let me maximize this so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. How we doing on TikTok? Let's see if I'm still on here. We got a couple viewers on TikTok.
Nice.
Again, if you guys aren't following me on there, I'm going to throw that into the chat. You can follow me at that link, and then Six Figure on there too, but I don't think you're that active, are you?
No. I want to be. I'm working up something.
Yeah, it's just hard to keep up with all these platforms.
Yeah, it is. I need something where I can just record a video and have it auto upload to all the platforms. That would be just so sweet.
Yeah. All right. Top gainers. We got ANKR up about 43.75%, sitting over just 5 cents. LCX, I have no idea what that is, up 29%, sitting just under 8 cents, and a bunch of other ones I never heard of.
So did you hear about what happened with ANKR?
No.
So basically ANKR is like they are a Binance like fanboys. Basically, they've been around Binance. They love Binance. They've supported Binance and everybody at Binance for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so ANKR basically is this infrastructure that allows connections to happen more or less. And Binance Labs came on board, and the sum of money hasn't been disclosed yet as of like noon today. But Binance Labs went ahead and said, hey, we're going to give you this huge infusion of money to go ahead and build out their brand better. So that made the news, and that's kind of what pumped up ANKR pretty hardcore today.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. I'm looking at the yearly. Took it back to levels all the way from May 9th, 2022.
Look at the daily or the 1 hour chart on that. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So maybe go to the daily. The daily will give you a better. Oh. Yeah. Look at that. I love seeing that.
So 10 a.m. they must have made the announcement.
Somewhere in there. And then that thing
3 cents all the way up to 3 cents all the way up to about 5.5 cents before it came back down and stabilized where it's at right now. Just at 5 cents. That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely I love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah. That's good to know. I didn't know that.
Tulips, yep.
Losers last 24 hours. Gollum. I don't know anything about Gollum. I've heard of it, but I don't know. Gollum old, Gollum new. So I don't know if they had some type of hard fork down. That looks like that's the most down, about 17%. Parsec. That sounds familiar. Heard of it, but I don't know what it is. Down about 11.91%.
I've heard of it.
A bunch of others were down. Let's see. Today is August 11th, right? Yep. Holidays. It's Mountain Day. I guess that's in Japan, though. National Son and Daughter Day. That's the most shared one, it looks like. Chad Independence Day. When I think of Chad,
I'm thinking Chad Options Trader, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly. Or from Low Budget Stories or whatever, the cartoon Chad. Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw Chad Independence Day.
That's funny.
Hip Hop Day, Hawaiian Your Teeth Day,
National Face Mask Day, baby.
Okay. Can't believe that's.
We won't go there.
Yeah. Presidential Joke Day. I don't know who that is. Joe Rogan's birthday.
Oh, yeah, I like him.
Hulk Hogan too.
Wow.
And Chris Hemsworth's birthday. Hemsworth's. There we go. Top 100 crypto
Oh,
bubbles. Number one.
Elizabeth's out there in the chat saying that's my third biggest bag. Congrats, Elizabeth.
Oh, wow. I keep forgetting to check the comments now because I'm trying to look at TikTok. We got 6 viewers on here. Shout out to you TikTok people. Smash that heart button while you're at it. And same thing with YouTube viewers. Smash that like. We got Marcos. He knows where Texas is at. That's good. And Strika, who's in Australia, one of my mods, he knows 3 states. Yeah. Really? Nice. That's it? I thought you'd know at least a couple more than that. I don't know. But
hope you're feeling better, Strika.
Yeah. Going back to maximize this so you guys can see. ETH Classic's pumping. Wonder what happened to that. Up 6.9%. It looks like it spiked up around 8 o'clock this morning. Maybe they had an announcement. Went from about $38.76 all the way up to about 43. So that did a nice little pump. BTG, Bitcoin Gold. Don't know what that is, but that shot up a little bit, up about 5.6%.
You know, it's amazing when you pull up these crypto bubbles, like how much of this stuff I've never even like heard of.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it I recognize, but man.
And this is at the top 100. You can sort it by exchanges. They got Binance, KuCoin, Gate.io, FTX, Coinbase, and then you go all the way up to the top 1,000. So like, let's go to the top 200. You could sort it by the daily, the hourly. I don't know. I like it. It's for visual people. Like, so for the top 200, what is this pumping right now? So sometimes I look at the top 200. It's always a good thing because these might be some up and coming coins or things that are popping that could move up to the top 100. So Bitcoin standard hash rate token, I have no idea what that is, but it's up 20.9% on the day. Xeon, another one I've never heard of. Let's take a look at this.
Pretty low volume.
Yeah, $304,000. But yeah, that's pumping.
Watch your bid and ask prices on those types of coins.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the top 100 again this past hour. Well, looks like we got this little sea of green going on. XEM. Nice. NEM. I've heard of this. Market cap's $495 million. Huh. I want to look into that. But yeah, it looks like market's doing pretty good the last hour.
I want to get into that file coin a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about that too, but I don't know too much about it.
Me either.
Fear and Greed Index. I think we're up 1 point from the previous day. Yesterday we were at a 41. Today we're at a 42. I always talk about this on my streams or my videos, but you guys haven't noticed, we have been in a big clump of extreme fear pretty much the last month and a half or so. But we finally broken out of that because you can't stay in that extreme fear forever. I did think that Bitcoin did set a record for being in the most extreme fear for the most consecutive days, around 70 plus days before I think it finally broke into the fear territory. But yeah, it looks like we're starting to go a little parabolic here, which is good to see. I mean, we haven't seen a 42 for a while now, at least since April-ish, it looks like. But be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful.
Yeah,
Warren Buffett quote.
Yep, that's right. That's a good quote to really kind of throw out there. And I always love when you bring out this crypto fear and greed index.
It's a good thing to trade. It's a good thing to trade on like emotions. Like, I know a lot of people like to do this. So when everyone's panic selling and whatnot, that's obviously the best time to buy. And it's hard thing for a lot of people to do. But if you ask the best investors and the wealthiest people who are investors, when there's blood on the streets, that's the best time to buy.
That's true.
So,
you make a good point there. I mean, it's just getting over that whole psychological mind F of seeing the markets down and then throwing a little bit of money in. Like, for some reason, there is just this barrier that exists in our heads. Obviously, when we're seeing red, we just kind of stay away. But green is kind of like the red light. Yeah. Hi, Faliania.
What's going on, man?
We're going to do a little Oculus with him again sometime.
Yeah. I haven't played that in a while.
It's been a while.
All right. Next up, we got the total crypto market caps doing pretty good right now with Ethereum pumping. And, Bitcoin's not doing too much right now. But we're looking at about a $1.1 trillion market cap. And we're pretty much making a bunch of higher highs right now, it looks like. I mean, I'll pull it up here in a second, the charts, and do a little TA, and then I'll have Six Fig do a little bit better TA since he's the expert. But it looks like we might make a move to about 1.21 trillion, which looks like our next resistance area. And TradingView always has the total crypto market cap always a little bit less. So it's saying 1.1 trillion here. CoinGecko, and I don't know where they pull their data, always has a little bit higher. So it has us just under about 1.2 trillion. We're at about 1.1 trillion, $190 billion right now. So I always just like to look at those two. Pulling up the charts here. Let me pull up on the weekly. There is one good thing on the weekly that I have noticed, and that's the MACD time frame. You guys can see that whenever this blue moving average crosses the red, that's on the histogram. That's kind of when we start to see positive green momentum. And it looks like we just hit green, which is a very good sign to see. Also, we do have this trend line here from the all-time highs in mid-November is a good resistance line. So we're starting to head back up towards that resistance. And then again, we're far away from that Ichimoku cloud, which is real thin right here in the weekly. Going into the daily, let me just mess with this a little bit.
Hit that little minimizing thing. There you go.
That's right. I forgot about that. I think I charted this a couple days ago, but it looks like we're in what? I don't know what I was drawing here. An ascending triangle. We're breaking through the cloud though, at least in the daily. I think that's all I had. I really don't have too much. I don't know if you have something you want to share. I'll pull you up.
Yeah, I'll share my screen here. Let's see here. You're looking at the anchor charts. We'll get back to that in just a second here. So bear with me 1 second. We get the total crypto market cap pulled up. Here it is. Here's the total crypto market cap, folks, trading at 1.11 trillion. Like Airborne was kind of saying, he's kind of tracking it. I'm also tracking it. Really, when I made this video earlier today, I was kind of talking about how the presence of this rising wedge exists and how it's a very bearish thing to be seen. And this was a prediction that I made with this tool on TradingView that, hey, this rising wedge might produce some bearish results. Typically, like on these higher time frames, 12-hour, daily. Sometimes when we see these golden crosses happen, we can actually see the markets turn for the worse. But nonetheless, rising wedge is on the charts. There's no disputing that. Rising wedges are going to do what nature intended them to do, and that's just to strip the crypto market, or any market. So I'm thinking, we're going to take a step down to at least this 382 at the 1 trillion. The one positive thing, in my opinion, on this rising wedge is that this rising wedge is a very shallow time frame formation, meaning, if this thing was spanned out over the course of like 8 months, like the ETH charts. And I'll show you that in a bit.
Okay. I was checking out TikTok. Sorry.
No, all good. And so like these shorter time frame rising wedges, we can expect maybe just a little bit less drastic results. Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously, the 61.8, make sure my mic didn't cut out there. 61.8 down to 915 billion, or even this $850 billion market cap wouldn't be out of the question, in my opinion. It would be way too far on the Ichimoku cloud, somewhat. So I'm thinking the 61.8, the golden ratio. We'll see, man.
Gotcha. All right, let me. This is crazy trying to stream on TikTok, because I was showing my monitor right here. Oh crap! You guys can't even see me. Hold up. So I was showing like my monitor that I'm looking at right now, but you were doing the TA, so I had to pull over my second screen from StreamYard and put it over here and maximize it so the people on TikTok could actually see what you're doing. I know that for next time when I go to do it.
Yeah.
Shout out to who we got here. I can't read his name. I don't know who it is. Got a couple people on TikTok. But yeah,
nice.
Let's continue on here. What do I got? Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is falling. Looks like we're at levels back from the 21st of January earlier this year right now. Bitcoin dominance is just continuing a downtrend since its all-time high here, well, at least on, what is this, the 11th of June. in the short term, at least. But
My
I don't know.
my
What do you think? It's dropping.
my opinion on Bitcoin dominance is things getting ready to break out. We're gonna see this Bitcoin dominance increase significantly. I got the charts pulled up if you want to just pull it up here quick. For Bitcoin dominance, I've been kind of tracking this little falling wedge, similar to the rising wedge, which is a very bearish thing to see. We've got what's called a falling wedge, which is kind of like the inverse pattern to a rising wedge. And this falling wedge is a very bullish thing to see. Again, it's very similar to what we're seeing, with the shallow short-term time frame pattern. This thing started developing really June 11th. It's August 11th. So we got a 2-month formation. Will we see crazy results? Probably not. My guess is Bitcoin dominance makes a run up to at least this 43%-ish level, somewhere in that neighborhood, to retest this 200 moving average on this 12-hour chart. My guess is the bottom is in on this as well. And you could see this thing's going to land anywhere between this 44 and 43% level. I mean, if it runs up to 45%, it's possible. It's possible. Let's just look at this like on a 2-day chart just to see it. This is just sideways chop. And this is almost like capitulation in many ways. But I do think that even on this 2-day chart, even you would recognize this Airborne. This price action, too far from the Ichimoku cloud.
Oh, yeah.
Too far. So.
All right. Let's see. What do I got next? Oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to stream on TikTok while I do this ever again. It's kind of annoying. But what do I got here? All right, let's head back over. Let's see, Bitcoin dominance. Oh, DXY. So the US dollar currency index. So if you guys follow me or you are new here, I've been tracking the DXY now for a couple months. And historically, whenever the DXY is up, that's when the crypto markets and traditional markets are down, and vice versa. So I charted a pattern, the Elliott wave theory, which I do believe started back on the 11th of January of 2021. So when in doubt, zoom out. And I'm not the greatest, but tell me if I'm wrong, Six Fig. This kind of looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We peaked out around the 13th of July, and now we're starting to see a little corrective ABC potentially on the DXY. And again, this 105 to the 110 mark on the DXY, historically going all the way back to whenever they started charting the US dollar currency index, that's been a strong support and resistance. So we hit this box, and now we're out of it right now.
Okay.
But that's just something that I've noticed.
You know what? You've got a good chart there drawn up. I think that, when we start to see an Elliott wave theory impulse like that, and the fact that your wave 5 ends kind of right up in this box area, I'm looking at this on my chart too, and I'm kind of seeing the same thing. So I do think that you're right in that respect, and I do think that you're forward thinking on the correction with the ABC wave, or even an ABCDE wave following this. It could happen. They're running out of cash to print. I shouldn't say they're running out of cash. They are running out of leverage by printing money. So we're going to see this value of the dollar drop. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, it's been I've seen tweets out there, people charting a parabola. Basically, we've literally gone parabolic, like a straight parabola.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how you chart that. If there's like a thing, like a tool that you can use to do a parabola, but I've seen people put one like from here all the way up to
it's that curved line.
Yeah.
Yep.
But do you have DXY pulled up?
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
And this is interesting. So when I threw up this Fibonacci retracement, I measured from this swing low down in January. to the most recent highs. And really, we can see how well this price action is really respecting this Fibonacci right now. It rejected here, it supported here, it flirted here, and then we can see it testing this 23.6 here. My opinion is that if we see this price action, we're looking at a daily chart here. My guess is we're going to see this symmetrical triangle off this leg here, and I do think that we're going to break this and maybe head down to this 101 ish level. But if we're going to see this DXY continue to crumble, what possibly could happen is that I would say that we'll see this thing down around this 93 area. And I do think that we'll pull this 50 moving average down into a death cross when price wiggles its way down here. I just, this thing has been, the markets have been so overbought for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about that and the amount of money they're printing, we've printed more money in the last 5 years than we have in the last 100 years or something crazy like that. It's insane, ridiculous. So this is, a big run up is going to lead to a big fall. Yep. It's just so sad to see this.
Yeah, if you go to the weekly, what RSI, we're way overbought, right?
Yeah, and we're exiting the overbought zone and things like that. So I mean, it is what it is. I've got my own opinions on the DXY, and you can see back in the 80s where I've been kind of messing with some of this stuff previously is, back in the 80s, the dollar was the absolute king of the world. This is well before internet and stuff like that. So we're seeing lower highs ever since the 80s. It's just a trend that's possibly going to continue. It just is what it is. Let's just throw up
until the dollar collapses, if the Feds even allow that to happen. I don't know. It's going to be a crazy next 5, 10, 15, 20 years to see where.
I agree with you.
We're living in a crazy time than our parents. I think a crazier time.
It's insane. It really is insane. So I don't know. I've got my mixed feelings on this. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it's going to get better.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next? Let me pull this over here. Stock markets. Let's see. Today, kind of neutral. I mean, Dow Jones up 27 points. S&P 500 down a little bit. NASDAQ. Let's look at futures. Futures are up a little bit, but just a big nothing burger pretty much. All right. First things first, I want to talk about BlackRock Bitcoin Fund launched Bitcoin towards $25,000 earlier this morning. So full disclosure, I don't know too much about BlackRock. I do know they have over $10 trillion or something like that in assets, and a lot of people don't like them because they're basically taking over the world and everything. So now they see this as them trying to come into crypto and take over and whatnot. And other people are saying, oh, this is a good thing and whatnot. People are saying this is the most bullish news ever for long-term hodlers, because now that they see BlackRock is into crypto, that's going to give a lot of other companies and investment firms, big institutions, hey, well, I guess Bitcoin's okay. Let's start investing into it. So there's two ways you can take this. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. I'm curious, but I'm just going to go through this article real quick, and then we can just talk about it. So again, like I said, Bitcoin on the news this morning pumped to almost about 25,000. World's largest asset manager. The former CEO of Grayscale said, "Here comes Wall Street." And he said that not just the news itself, but that it signals to some of the water it's fined, and others, if they don't offer their clients Bitcoin, they'll get their lunch ate. So they're kind of leading the market. Same thing what I kind of just talked about. So BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, he said that he described Bitcoin just 5 years earlier as an index of money laundering. That's kind of a trend that we've been seeing now after this bull market and everything, and crypto's getting more adoption, that all these big companies years and years ago, whatever, hated Bitcoin. It's money laundering, blah, blah, blah. I think JP Morgan Chase said the same thing, and now they're all into Bitcoin. So it's kind of funny how this all happens. He appeared to change his tune by 2020, and now acknowledging the largest cryptocurrency's potential to become a global market. BlackRock's offering will take the form of a spot Bitcoin private trust, it confirmed in a statement. They said that the trust is available to U.S. institutional clients and seeks to track the performance of Bitcoin, less expenses and liabilities of the trust. The statement reads, quote right here said that despite the steep downturn in digital assets market, we are still seeing substantial interest from some institutional clients in how to efficiently and cost effectively access these assets using our technology and product capabilities. So that's kind of the rundown real quick. They I think, got into some TA about it and whatnot. But yeah, what do you think about that?
Man, I tell you what, I don't like BlackRock. They are a very shady company, in my opinion. They've had tens and tens of millions of dollars worth of antitrust violations from the SEC. They are buying up real estate, stuff like that, in upcoming areas of the world. And as you mentioned, they are the largest controlling fund of assets. I think last time I checked, it was like 10 trillion worth of assets or something like that. It was insane. Really,
you said real estate, right?
Yes.
Didn't they buy up a bunch of real estate during the COVID crash and all that the last couple of years? And then they turned a lot of those properties into rental homes. And then, that's why rent kind of went up. And it's just they took advantage of the down market because they have so much money, and it's crazy.
And they've got I did a little bit of research on BlackRock and all that stuff. And the biggest areas that they failed to really uphold business ethics is by protecting their own investors. And that's where a lot of their violations come from the Security and Exchanges Commission. So when we look at BlackRock entering the crypto space, I freaking hate it. I hate it. And I hate it because they're not here to support the space. They're not here to support the decentralization. They are here to take our money.
Exactly.
And they're very good at it.
Yeah, and they have so much money that they can start buying up some of these top 10, top 50, top 100 coins right now when the market's down. And who knows if they're going to buy a little bit here and there. They're maybe not going to make it so obvious and buy one big chunk, obviously. Mm-hmm. But they can start controlling a lot of these protocols and the pump and dumps that we see because they have so much money, if that's really what they're going to get into. And that's some of the things that I've been hearing that they could potentially be doing.
Yeah. And, you had, kind of mentioned, what is it? I'm having a brain fart now. You were talking about how,
real estate?
Not real estate. God dang. What was it?
BlackRock? Something.
Yeah, it was something with BlackRock. You were saying, God dang it. It's
like your stream. It's like your stream from earlier. Just went to
dude.
Shit.
I know, right?
It's the full moon. It's the full moon effect.
Yeah. I had to move this hockey player in front of the $100 bill because my camera recognized as like all the facial recognition stuff, and it was focusing in on that.
Yeah.
If I think about it, I'll let you know.
But yeah, BlackRock sucks. You could take it with a grain of salt if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Yes, I would think it's a good thing because it's going to bring a lot of other institutions potentially into the crypto space and then blow up the whole crypto space, hopefully here in the next couple of years or so. Bad thing, pretty much like what we just talked about, because they can control everything.
They're going to bring,
or a good share.
As far as like investors, in my opinion, we are in a decent spot right now with BlackRock. If they want to come in over the top of us and start buying this stuff up and we can sell our bags, that's fine with me. But man, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about it.
What about the comments? We're going to move on here. I'm curious for you guys listening. What do you guys think about BlackRock in this? Just let me know down below. All right, let's move on. Not too much more to talk about before we get into a little TA. Oh, Bitcoin. Speak of the devil, do some Bitcoin TA. Let me just share with you guys just some of the things. I mean, Six Fig already knows this, but jumping into the weekly time frame right now, I do note that we have been oversold for quite a while right now, and we're at least coming out of this bottom line right here, starting to see some more positive people buying Bitcoin and whatnot. Again, on the MACD down here, we are having that cross from that blue moving average into the red. Whenever that happens, we start to see positive momentum in green on this histogram. So we have that to look forward to, which is really good to see. Zooming in on the daily. Let's see here. What do you hit again to maximize this? Is it, maybe I already have it. Yeah.
Oh, auto.
Yeah, auto. That's it.
Oh.
There we go. Man, I don't like that. Let me go to the 4 hour.
Yeah, sometimes you just get that vibe where you're just like,
Okay, there we go. Yeah, because I had it like too extended out, basically. But there was, I guess, kind of an ascending triangle. I put out a video about it that we were in since kind of around the 20th of July. I mean, I don't really know this horizontal line. We did kind of break above it a little bit, but now it seems that we're back down into it. We're at 23,816 currently. There is this, what is this, rising wedge that we have, I guess, going on since about the 15th of June. Kind of been going up and down, up and down. This has been a good support. It's been a strong resistance. And we're kind of just like in the middle of this like heart line if you were to draw a line directly in between here with Bitcoin. But I mean, I'm hoping that we break out of this eventually. And then the next move that a lot of people are saying a big resistance line is that 28,000 to 30,000. I do want to, I've been messing with the Fibonacci retracements. Let me see here. I don't know exactly where would you put one to this swing low to the bottom. You start like that. Did I do that right? Because I guess you could take, does it have to be any type of swing high to the swing low to kind of see where you're at? Uh-oh. Looks like we lost Six Fig. I'm talking to myself here. But yeah, I've been messing around with the fib retracement. Hopefully Six Fig gets back in here soon. But there's a lot of people talking about that. Another thing with the 200 week moving average, we did close above the weekly for the 200 week for like the second week in a row, I do believe, which is a good thing to see. Let me just remove this. I'm still live here, right, guys? Can you guys still hear me? I'm not thinking I got booted. My Wi-Fi's been a little wonky here. You guys still there? Anyone in the comments? We got Dan Jordet, CKB. What's going on? We'll get into CKB. I got a little news I want to talk about. But yeah, it's kind of like what I've been seeing with Bitcoin right now. We got the rising wedge going on, this ascending triangle as well that we're kind of in. And I mean, if we break out of that, I'm going to think that this line right here will be some resistance and whatnot. Hopefully Six Fig gets here. Let me throw up a Ichimoku cloud here. I'll take out the MACD. All right, Ichimoku. Zoom in a little bit. So it looks like we are kind of far away in the 4 hour. We're heading back towards the cloud. Obviously, whenever we're too far away from the cloud, we'll kind of get back towards the middle of it just so we can correct. We take a look at the daily. Looks like Six Figs back here. I don't know what happened. We lost you. I thought I lost my internet. I looked over. I was talking to myself, and I was pulling up the fib retracement. I'm like, am I doing this right? And I looked over. I was like, oh, shit. You're not there.
We've got a storm moving through the area. So I don't know if a transformer blew up or something.
Did your breaker go out or something? Your power?
Yeah, my power. I lost power to the house for a second. Oh, everything went black, and then it came back on. So hopefully.
Where did you last hear me talking about? Was that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're at Bitcoin TA.
You were talking about your rash cream.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Bitcoin
I'm pretty much
TA,
done.
yeah.
I basically said we're in this ascending triangle. We broke out of it. Now we're in it. And then we're in this rising wedge pattern going on. If we were to draw a line right here in the heart line, we're kind of like right at that right now. And then again, on the MACD is about to cross on the weekly, which is good. We're way oversold. And 200-week moving average, we closed above it this past week, which is good to see. I think for the second week in a row. But I was trying to throw up fib retracements. I don't know if I was doing it right or not.
Where were you throwing them?
So I don't know like which swing high to the swing low that we had down on like June 13th, but is this kind of look right? Like I don't know exactly where to put the swing high down.
Yeah. You know what? Zoom in on that once. And really, when I look at this stuff, all I'm kind of looking for is, it almost looks like that wick yesterday came up and touched that 50% level. So I think your little, what you're doing there is accurate.
So how do I just remove, usually right click. Okay, there we go. So if we zoom in on the 4-hour chart here, I got so much crap pulled up here. All right. So if I want to do a fib retracement for like right now, where would I put the swing high? Would I have to go back even farther? Or could I just
if you're looking
from, like, previous one?
So are you looking for like a retracement to see if when the price goes down, or are you looking to see if the price goes up?
Yeah, if the price goes up, where could we see the next move?
Okay. So what I would do is down to your left. Left. See that? Okay, right. Nope, go right down to the candles. Right in there.
The swing low?
So go over like an inch or two.
Okay.
To the right.
Oh, to the right.
Yep. And then go up a couple inches. And you see that little swing high point there?
Yeah, right here.
Yep. And that's what I would click there and then drag it down to that level, down towards that very bottom wick. There you go.
Okay.
And then kind of try to line that bottom up with that wick.
Got
right
it.
there. And you can see how that price came right up to that 161.8, that glorious golden ratio. And really, we almost have triple tops on this and a rising wedge.
Yeah.
So
right. I have to mess with that later, but
yep.
That's my next tool I'm working on is the fib retracement tool. But yeah, you got yours pulled up? All right, not yet.
Yeah, I can pull it up. Let me share my screen.
Sorry to you guys watching my TA. I'm just a
It's looking good.
Learner.
it's look, dude. That's the best way. Is just to mess with this stuff.
I've been uploading a couple videos on TikTok here. You could see back a couple days ago, I've hit 2,000 views on all these videos. I've been doing like just some TA, kind of like just talking basic TA stuff, and I've hit like 2,000 views for the last those 4 videos in a row, and then I dropped back down to a couple hundred, like pretty much. But I don't know, it's the same type of content that I'm put out on YouTube. But
you've been killing it, man. I mean, those are some great numbers.
Yeah,
better numbers than here on YouTube. That's
I know. Yeah.
and so here you can kind of see how I have the same Fibonacci extension as Airborne had put up here. This measurement here down to here, we'll just dial this in just a little bit better. And you can see right now we have confirmed almost double tops right now. And this whole rising wedge thing, this is, I got this theory right now that, this is going to play out one of two ways with Bitcoin. Either, this is going to, if we break this weak or this shallow pattern and start going to the upside, like towards this 200 moving average around the $33,000 Bitcoin, it's going to be insane. And then at that point, I may consider some Elliott wave theory pattern to take place. But I just, on this daily chart, we're seeing price not breaking out of this Ichimoku cloud. And ideally, I would love to see price trade sideways till at least September to at least get the candles above this cloud. because the last time that happened was April. The time before that was November. We've been spending all this time underneath the clouds, and it's been depressing as hell. So I'm hoping that we can get, I'm hoping that we don't see this price break back down. What I'm seeing right now, I think it's likely that we're going to see this breakdown.
Yeah.
In a post I put out the other day on Twitter, I said, hey, I think we're going to run up to like 25,200. About $500 off. I don't know that we're going to get any more pumping out of Bitcoin right now. We'll just have to wait and see.
One of the other TA analysts that I follow, he was saying something about the 200 EMA, the exponential moving average, that we're not quite hitting that yet. Do you know anything about that? Have you checked that one out?
No, I haven't. Usually I just use the straight 200 moving average, which is this yellow line here.
Yeah.
And then I use this 50 moving average. I'm not much of an exponential moving averages guy. I just have always been a straight, moving average, type of guy. But we could pull it up here.
I didn't know the significance behind that, the tweet that I saw when he said that. But he's like, oh, we haven't hit that yet. That means we're not bullish yet.
Yeah, let's just look here. EMA. Oops. EMA. This is what we want. So we got this on the screen, and we are going to change this to 200, and we're going to see what this is all about. Let's go ahead and just change this out to like, I don't know, green, because that's what we want. And you can kind of see it's, in this daily chart, it's kind of right in line with the 200 moving average. So,
okay.
Just looking back at this, these levels are very close, and they always seem to kind of tangle with each other very closely. So, you can see that right here. It is what it is.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, it's a great. I love looking at other people's TA and some of the indicators they're using, because sometimes you kind of get lost in what you're seeing on your own screens.
Yeah. And then the last thing with Bitcoin TA, let me pull up my screen real quick, get rid of this fib, is Norris Digital, who I follow. He was on your stream one day. That's how I met him, when you had that Ray Wag guy on and a couple other people.
Elizabeth was there.
Yeah, Elizabeth.
When Marcos.
Was that last year or was that earlier this year? I don't even remember. Time's just insane.
That was a long time ago. It was like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I was so ill prepared for that, man. Like, it was just a wreck. It was fun as hell.
Yeah.
We got to do something like that again.
Yeah, so he has his Elliott wave theory, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was messing around with this, but he takes it from, and I've seen different people do different things, where some people take the COVID bottom as the start, but I do believe he took the low. Was this the low? I guess it was here. So you start here, 0. 1 was the COVID low. 2, 3. Maybe I did that wrong. Did I do that wrong?
Yep. 0 starts off at the lowest.
Okay. Or maybe, okay. So wherever the lowest was, somewhere over here. So he just did a 0. I don't know.
He might have had it on a logarithm.
3, 4, and like 5 up here. Maybe something like that.
Try this one. Throw it on, see that little button down in the lower right-hand corner? Click log. There you go. So, yeah, my guess.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So he did something like, is what I guess this is what he's seeing.
Yeah, and technically, wave 4 shouldn't be lower than wave 2. So my guess is he might have taken that wave 2 for the coronavirus low, and that wave 1 moved that left. Nope. No.
Maybe something like that.
No, I could show you if you want to share my screen.
Okay. But yeah, that's the thing that he still believes in, and there's a couple other people.
Yeah, I think he might be doing something like this. Might be his theory. Something like this. Because this would be a proper Elliott wave theory impulse wave. And the rules are of Elliott wave theory that wave 2 to 3 cannot be the shortest wave.
Okay.
So by default, 0 to 1 is our shortest wave that we know of right now. 5 could technically be our shortest wave, but 2 to 3 right now, it's confirmed. And, we could be seeing this next move to the upside.
That's the hopium that I want to talk about.
I follow him. He's good at what he does. No doubts about that. And it is a plausible theory. And, I share the same sentiment that it's possible.
Yeah. All right. I think, what are we at? Almost coming up at an hour. We did Bitcoin. Let me see if oh yeah.
What about ETH?
Oh, ETH. Yeah, we can do ETH because ETH is breaking out right now.
Yep. So ETH has this. So let me ask you this, Airborne. Out of all the times that they've promised that they are going to convert from proof of work over to proof of stake, I just I don't trust them. It's just been this big buy the rumor, sell the news kind of grift that's happened.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. What do you think?
Aren't the dates set in stone? What were the dates again?
September 15th.
15th and 16th. There's like 2 days a thing or something.
Yep.
He thinks is going to happen this time. Oh, he doesn't think it's going to happen this time either. I don't know. I've never been a big ETH fan. I mean, the only time I've ever used ETH is just for my NFTs. Right. I never really was a big investor of it. I think at one point last year when I had a lot of ETH, I had about 32 or whatever, because I was interested in the staking. I think you need like the bare minimum. That's the most I've ever had. But other than that, I only kept like 1 or 2 ETH just to mess around with NFTs.
Yeah.
It's just the transaction fees. I think I posted some tweets way back in the day. If you look, the gas fees one time were like $7,000. It was always ridiculous. You had to trade at like the nighttime or when people, just weird times. But I did actually just swap some coins that I had in my MetaMask the other day, and it was only like $15, $10. So that's the first time I've used my MetaMask in a while. But
yeah,
it's just ridiculous because there's so many other chains out there that it's just so low. Here's another thing, and anyone listening, if you guys know, and I'm not up to date with this merge, is going to this transition to the staking. Is this going to lower transaction fees and speed everything up? I guess that's the whole point.
It's going to lower transaction fees down to 0.004, 0.002, somewhere in there. I think that's what Vitalik was saying. So
which essentially is Polygon, which they always say is
exactly
that's pretty much what Polygon is.
Exactly.
Growing.
Yes.
Massive right now.
So now there's this whole thing with Polygon. Well, is it needed? Blah, blah, blah. Really, I'm a fan of Ethereum. I like it. The only turnoff and the only reason I've refused to use it as much as I have or can is because of the gas fees. It's just so ridiculous. I refuse to just. It's like lighting extra money on. It's like going and putting $100 in the gas tank.
Yeah.
And then just lighting an extra $50 on fire just for the hell of it. you know? Hey, if I can buy an NFT for $2 or $5 versus the $7,000 that you were talking about, I'm gonna do that.
But I think it's gonna be around for a while, just like Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. It's just one of the OGs. It's been around forever. So many people, all these celebrities and everything know about NFTs being built on Ethereum. It's going to be like an institutional chain. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know.
You know, I tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
You
We'll
know,
see,
the
though.
science behind it all it's there, and it just is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at this, when I look at Ethereum on the charts, you know, in an all-time respect, this reminds me of the Luna charts. It just does. And you know, we've got a significant rising wedge, and we're seeing this thing start back in 2016. So if they don't get their act together, and you can see Ethereum right now is in a significant rising wedge. Like, this is very bearish, but if they do not get their act together, I think we are going to see Ethereum suffer greatly. And let me just do this. I'm going to just show you a side by side of Luna, and I'm not saying that they're going to pull a Luna all the way down to like 2 cents or whatever it was, but let's see here.
And that's the other thing is everyone's like, oh, is this going to be buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing? Or is it going to be, we're going to keep pumping? It's going to actually happen. We're going to pump even more. I think it'll do that. If it actually happens, it'll keep pumping. It'll be a huge pump when it actually does work. And then it'll probably be a massive sell off, but then it'll stabilize.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It's going to be interesting next month or so when it happens.
Yep. Maybe I was thinking of a. God dang. Oh, I'm thinking of Luna Classic. Luna Classic.
Yeah, whatever they renamed it,
Right.
1C.
Right. So, all right. So this thing, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it wasn't Luna. Maybe I'm thinking of a different. Yeah, but they renamed it. All sorts of crazy stuff's happened. Let me just look at one more thing. Let me see this once. I think this will prove my point here. Yes. So let me look at this quick. And I'm, you know, like I said, I'm not saying that, you know, we're going to see ETH do a spill like this, but it just reminds me, you know, this rising wedge was present, and this happened to be an all-time rising wedge, just like what we're seeing with Ethereum. So, you know, whatever, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not saying that Ethereum is gonna spill the beans like Luna did, but it could get bad.
Yeah.
F.
Ford.
That's right.
Which actually their earnings, they came out pretty good.
Oh, did they? Oh yeah, man. All these cars are being sold. Well, you did, like, when you sold your car recently, or you made out like a bandit, man.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I sold my car for $500 more than what I paid for it back in 2018. Which
right.
I think
nuts.
I think the auto industry is going to start coming down here soon too, just like real estate. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, you sold the top.
Yep. All right, is that good for Bitcoin? I think time to move on, or Ethereum.
Good for Ethereum. Yep.
Yeah. All right, let me see what I have up. I think. Oh, CKB. I got CKB next.
Okay.
So let me pull up my screen real quick. This was some news that came out. Actually, no. I don't know if you want to talk about this before we get into CKB.
Let's talk
Charting
about it.
NFTs. So this is something that Crypto Kaleo put out. I think this was a couple days ago, but he's saying that charting NFTs will be extremely common practice in the next several years as the asset class continues to grow. Take away the name Dick Butts, which I guess is some super trendy NFT right now. Then look at this chart. Envision it as another S coin or asset priced in terms of ETH, and tell me it doesn't look bullish AF. So I don't know how he's charting this. I don't know if you can go on to, if there's even a platform out there where you can chart NFTs. That would be a great thing for a company to do. There's your entrepreneur idea.
Mhm.
And then he goes on. flagging high volume breakout, send it to new all-time high. Basically, the way I see it, Dick Butts are basically in line to be blue chip status for this next ETH NFT bull run, a la Punks, and Pudgy Penguins will be a blue chip, a la Bored Apes. Breaking out on heavy volume, price discovery. So,
don't you have some Pudgy Penguins?
I have another one, but they bugged the project when it was. It was like it was a spinoff of Pudgy. It was Party Penguins or something.
Oh, okay.
And I bought one for like 1.5 ETH at the time. It's worth nothing now when it was real hot, when I had a lot of ETH and I was messing around with NFTs. That was back in September of last year. But yeah, the only thing I can think of. So let's go to OpenSea real quick. And I don't know how he charts. Let me go back real quick. How he's doing it. It looks like he might just like snip the page. Maybe I don't know how he's doing that, or he's just doing it somewhere, but he's like actually charting it like if it was a crypto coin. So the only thing I can think of is going to like OpenSea. Let's take a look at women and weapons.
You've talked about this
that I've been holding that I found from Gary Vaynerchuk. He featured this collection on one of his Twitter Spaces.
I may look into this once they get the gas fee things fixed.
But I don't know if you can like export the data here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So if you go to like all time. So it looks like when it first launched, it looks like around January 2022. No, that's not right. I know it came out before that. But I wonder if you can export this somehow. The data.
There might be some sort of API feature that you could export.
Like a plugin. But it looks like it's been on a downtrend since around the January 14th time. Like you can see volume is 151 ETH that it had. And then now we're only moving around 0.44.
Hey, back in January, that's a lot of money moving.
204 sales in one day.
Wow.
But I don't know. What do you think about that? Charting NFTs. Like, if you go to CoinGecko, you can look at the NFTs right here. Let's see. My internet's going really slow. I don't know why it's not.
No, you look great on my end. You
really?
look good on my end. Yeah, I think you might just have too many windows open for your computer.
But yeah, there's like really not a way to chart. Like, let's take a look at like Mutant Ape Yacht Club on CoinGecko. Look at the max. So I guess you could do it this way, right?
Yeah. Right. And that, yeah, you could definitely, click on that logarithmic once. Oh, is it already on logarithmic? Okay.
No.
So
linear.
Okay. Click on log. Yeah. I mean, you could almost see I could almost see some sort of a descending triangle.
There you go. Start a channel on NFT TA, dude. There's an idea for you guys.
Man.
Figure out how to do that. All the hot, start doing YouTube videos on it, because I don't see anyone doing that right now.
Yep.
That's an idea maybe you could do something with.
Every 6 hours, just wake up and write down all the dollar amounts that all these crypto or these NFTs are trading at, and then create your own charts.
Yeah, there's a way. I want to click on NFTs. It's like not bringing me to the NFTs. The NFT should pop up like right here, and then you can sort it by volume and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting tweet, and I don't know anyone really charting NFTs.
I do agree with that Kaleo guy though. That is something that's going to be a definite thing, and I do. I have even thought about trying to take down a daily price tag at a certain time of some of my favorite NFT projects.
Yeah, it's just a crazy thing that I wanted to bring up. What do you guys in the comments think? Elizabeth said, brilliant idea, NFT TA. Yeah. And when you think about it, it's kind of similar just to like just buying coins and whatnot.
Yeah.
You have your communities that'll hype it up and whatnot. So I'm just trying to think of like abnormalities that would move the charts. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head of
yeah. You know, I agree. There, once somebody comes out with a charting system, and it might be Binance or it might be Coinbase, or somebody's going to come out with it, and then
looks like you can look it up on TradingView. Look, it looks like it's Pudgy. Look, Pudgy wrapped ETH. Here you go, 5,000 per Pudgy.
Right now?
Yeah, pull up TradingView here and see if you can type in like.
What is it?
This is Pudgy, WETH. Sushi swap.
I see it.
Wow.
Is this it on the weekly?
Yeah. He's got it on the 4-hour on Sushi Swap.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
let's do it right now.
First ever in the entire world off Crypto Airborne's famous YouTube channel, NFT TA. So, I mean, we got this symmetrical triangle squeeze. In some respects, this is what we would call a bull pennant, simply because we've got the pennant formation and we got a very nice, sexy, super sexy flagpole. Now let's look at this on a daily, and let's get rid of the super sexy flagpole. We can see right now that I would say that we'll see the Pudgy Penguins come up to about 3.35 wrapped ETH, quite possibly. Right now it's sitting at 2.5. And wouldn't you know, that's somewhere up to where this 127 is. And that is a very common retracement level for traders. So if it comes up and wicks this thing, within the next couple of months, it really wouldn't surprise me. Let's kind of look at this more.
It's crazy to think about. Not like I'm thinking about this. It just doesn't really make sense because it's like who's looking at TA on NFTs to trade off of like patterns. You know what I mean? Like it's just naturally do it. Do you think people just naturally? I don't. I'm just thinking outside the box. It's crazy to think about.
Right. So I would say at least this three level, but then if you start to think about it, like this is one big ass bull pennant. So if this thing like goes wild, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see one of these Pudgy Penguins run up to 7.14 ETH. Not financial or trading advice. God knows that NFTs are risky as hell, no matter what platform, whatever you're getting into.
Elizabeth said money laundering groups are looking at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You're right, Elizabeth.
That's crazy. I didn't know that they actually had them on here. I bet they only have like the big NFT projects on here. Like just type in Bored
area. Oh, they've got it here.
Wow.
Okay. And here right out of the gates. Okay, what's going on here? Here, right out of the gates, we're seeing Elliott wave theory. Very prevalent here. Boom, boom. This is about as clear-cut Elliott wave theory as you get. Looks like A, B, C corrective wave. So let's chart this out quick. We got an A, B, C corrective wave, and then another Elliott wave impulse to the top here. Boom. And now we are waiting for BAYC to do possibly another ABC or ABCDE corrective wave, something like this, before this thing makes its journey up higher. I know they've kind of had some controversy with the whole Nazi thing. So I don't know how that's going to play out.
What's that? I didn't hear anything about that.
So with the with the I'm gonna try to pull it up on a different screen and then bring it on. But just to give you a short and skinny of it, like there's been speculation that It's associated to like some Nazi group or something like that. There's something to do with I don't know if you can see this, or did I share the wrong screen? Yeah, there's something to do with some blah blah blah. I think there was something to do with the helmets, or the logo design was similar to something that they used with
Oh,
the
wow.
with the Nazis or something.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar.
Yeah. Intentionally embedding Nazi dog whistles throughout their project. Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got to look into
I
that.
don't know, man.
I never heard about that. Huh.
Yeah. So
So is it dropping right now? I wasn't paying attention.
it is. I'm not sure how much it's dropped since that article.
When did that article come out?
It was. When was it? It was recent. I know that June 29th.
Oh, so about a month ago or so.
My personal opinion, I'd give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. And they got a lot of stuff coming too. They got that metaverse, ApeCoin, all this crazy stuff. They're kind of leading the whole NFT industry.
I think this is just an attempt. This is the problem that Michael Jordan had. Once he became the best that there ever was, he had all of these newspapers, Sports Illustrated. They came out of the woodwork to attack him. You get the biggest NFT project like this, people are coming out of the woodwork gunning for you. And this looks bad, but how many other designs out there look like this?
Yeah, that looks like if you zoom in, those look like the SS police thing. Just from a distance, it's too hard to see.
Let's see here.
Yeah, it looks like the SS, like the SS police.
Yeah, and you can see where they overlaid the Bored Yacht Club. Whatever. I see both sides to the argument. I have no skin in the game. I don't care. I do know somebody that owns a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT. And I don't think
bought one last year.
Oh, dude. I wish you would.
I was this close to buying one. It was like $140,000 at Ethereum at the time when I had quite a bit.
That's crazy.
But I didn't.
I mean, man. So I mean, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna see some sort of inverse head and shoulders on Bored Ape Yacht Club. I'm not thinking it because we don't really have that straight, clean cut neckline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but there is a clean neckline for a head and shoulders pattern to happen. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But that's cool that you can chart NFTs.
There's some ideas for you for your next couple videos, just to get some feelers out there. Look for a hot NFT project and start doing TA. Like just go to OpenSea, see what's trending, see if it's on TradingView, throw videos up on there. I mean, I haven't even YouTubed NFT TA, so you might be, you could potentially maybe blow up. Just something to think about.
Just follow all the blue chips.
Yeah,
you're good to go.
Like I said, it just has like the big projects on there. I don't know how you get it added if you have an NFT project, or it's probably some type of API that you could import from OpenSea to TradingView on the back end that you could easily do. But who knows?
I think you're right. Yep.
All right, coming up on an hour and 20. I said I didn't want to go more than an hour 30, which I kind of want to hold to that. So we got about 10 minutes left. What do I have left? I don't think I had Nervos Network pulled up. If we want to maybe chart that, there was some news that came out on August 10th, so it was yesterday. They are announcing an integration of Covalent HQ to the Godwoken V1. There's a lot of technical things with this, but I'll just break it down to you. Stupid simple. They are essentially a one unified API group. They have a lot of partnerships with other blockchains, and they just added CKB. Some of their partners that they support, or blockchains that support, is Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, blah, blah, blah. They put out a article about it, a blog post, and long story short, this is what this API grants access to popular data points for Godwoken chain. It's going to have token balances for an address, historical portfolio value of an address over time, ERC20 token transfers of an address, all NFT token IDs of a collection, decentralized exchange liquidity pools of an address, and decentralized exchange transactions of an address. So it's basically an API integration within Godwoken that just allows more things. So that's kind of a bullish thing that came out just yesterday. And apparently they have their own coin too called Covalent, which is ranked 568, well 552 now. It's up 3.5%, which I guess you can stake on their website, which is pretty crazy. I didn't know that they had their own crypto when I was doing research on it. I wanted to do a video about this. I didn't have time, but you can apparently stake it. It's called CQT. So
what's the total mint amount circulating supply?
Circulating is 392 million. Looks like there's about 1 billion max supply, 721,000 trading value last 24 hours. And the market cap's only 35 million. So it's a
it's pretty low
market cap. But I don't know. Thought I'd share that with you guys. Something to think about. And you can get it on, let's see, OKX, KuCoin, FTX, Kraken, bunch of exchanges, Sushi Swap, it looks like, Crypto.com too.
Mexi.
But yeah, they apparently just some integration with Godwoken and API to help add these things. But
it's cool.
Yeah. You got the TA pulled up. We'll jump into that real quick.
Yeah, basically the short and skinny on Nervos network is that this thing's in a very familiar pattern, rising wedge. Nice. And we're looking at the daily, so I'm hoping things don't get too bad, because for CKB, it's been awesome that we've been above the Ichimoku cloud on the daily, because you can see that it's been since like December that we've been above the cloud. So, I was so hyped up when this was happening, but now we are forming this rising wedge, and it just I've got the general feeling of a bull trap. Just by looking at the way prices are.
It's just weird that you think about like a lot of the TA and the charts that you've been doing and I've been looking at. It's like, it seems like half the coins and crypto that you're doing seem like they're all going to come to the downside here soon. But then when you look at other ones, it looks like they're all about to break out type of thing. Like the total crypto market cap's doing good on the charts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just another thing that I thought.
Yeah, it's complicated for sure. It's throwing flags in both directions.
Like no one knows. Like people think this is just all like a trap right now. Like this is just, okay, we had our all-time highs. Now we're coming up a little bit and then we're going to go back down. And then they got the other half of the crypto space saying, hey, yeah, we're going to leg 5. This is it. All on-chain analytics and everything point towards that. We're going to start going back up.
Yeah. And here's Dogecoin. This is showing us a completely different pattern. As this is a symmetrical triangle. Off a bare leg, it's usually a good indication that the trend will continue downwards. But hey, you know what? I think there's a good chance, because of the size of this thing, that we could pull a reversal. And when we look at CKB, we've got this rising wedge, very far from a symmetrical triangle. It's just, but the good thing with CKB is that this is, about a month and a couple of weeks old pattern. The good thing is all these patterns that we're seeing are a solid, month, 2 month long patterns versus like a yearly pattern or 6 to 10 month pattern.
It looks just like Bitcoin because it moves with Bitcoin, just like pretty much every other crypto. Like when you zoom out, the chart looks just like Bitcoin. They're all in the same type of patterns.
Yeah. So I've been kind of thinking, I sold a little bit of CKB at 5 cents or at 0.005. I'm hoping to buy back in around this 0.0038. If it goes up to hit the 0.007, I'm not going to lose sleep over it because my bags for CKB have been packed for a long time. But And you're mining it. I'm mining it.
I got it in my CK Bull wallet, which I'm
Nice.
staking on the DAO, and they actually sent my 20. Was it? How much did I say I won? 25,000. I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
They finally sent it the other day because I didn't think they were going to send me it, and I put a tweet out, and then like a couple days later, I just woke up and was like, oh sweet, I got my 25,000 CKB, and then I put it back into the DAO.
There you go.
So
might as well. Prices are cheap. Yep. I'm comfortable with CKB buying it under 0.009 because really that's what I'm mining it for right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got my miners on. I'm mining at a loss.
Same here.
You know, it costs me like $1 a day to mine at a loss, but I get to secure the network. Yeah, we get to secure the network. We get, you know, there's certain things that come with that. You know, you get more coins because there's less competition. So by default, even though we're mining at a loss, we get more coins than we would normally. So it's
that's exact.
I hope the project does well, and the team is solid. They're nice and quiet. They're pretty. They keep working away. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the marketing aspect of it and the influencing. There's no one's talking about CKB on YouTube except like us, and we're not even that big. I mean, you hear Coins Kid, you know, that TA guy, the guy from the UK. He talks about CKB TA, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't hear any big YouTubers that I follow ever talk about it. It's probably only before it starts to break out and you'll start hearing people talk about it or some big partnership or something. Cardinal, I don't know.
Once it starts to blow up, if it starts to blow up, then everybody's going to get on board. It just seems like that's the way it always goes.
Elizabeth asks, aren't miners cheap? Yeah. They're pretty different from where they were. Yeah. They're like, what, $200 now or less than that for a CKB box?
175.
I paid mine for $800, I think, or
whatever. I bought two of them for $1,000 each.
Jeez. I want to get a KD Max, not a KD Max, KD box or something. One of the KDs that's like it's like $1,000. It's the cheapest one. Even if I wish if I had money right now, I would buy the KD Max Pro. That's like $10,000.
Yeah,
it's making like what? It's making like 30 to $40 a day right now during this time. But during the top of the bull market, it was making like $200 a day, $200 consistently. If you believe in Kadena, but
share my screen.
It's up.
There we go.
Elizabeth, nose to the ground grinding. I love CKB. That's how I found Six Fig.
Oh yeah. This is the one I want. Is this KD Box Pro? $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, they got the KD Lite, which is like 6 of these.
Yeah. God, if I had my money unlocked out of Voyager, man, I'd totally have bought one of those right now.
Yeah, because you'd be making. Well, what's the
ASIC miner value? Oh, let me see right now.
I'm gonna check too.
ASIC miner value. Let me just see here.
The KD Lite's making $11 a day. So I'll pull this up here.
I got it up.
Oh, you do. $11.43 a day.
KD Lite, $11.43 a day. But if you click on it, you could see back on May 15th, it was making $26 a day. But I don't think you can go back any farther. But this thing was making at least $50-$60. Actually, I don't know when this came out, to be honest with you. It was recent when they just released this thing.
I mean, even like $12 a day, times that by a year, that's $4,300.
This KD Max, man, is making $67 a day back on May 14th. It's making 28 right now.
I can remember these things are making like 150 to 180 back in the day. A day.
That's insane.
Because I can remember before I bought my CK box, before Kadena blew up, I had almost bought one of the KDA miners. And those, just the little $1,000 units were making $25 to $40 a day. Like the last bull run.
Yeah.
It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. So I bought one of these gold shell PSUs before. Do not buy them. Mine started on fire.
I wonder how the ones that they already come on the unit, like the bigger ones, if those hold up. People have good things to say about them.
Yeah, I know somebody that owns. Wow, the CK6 is 3,600. So I know somebody that owns one of these. They don't even come with the PSUs. They just come with like a computer plug-in, like like a thick cable that you'd plug into your computer or something like that.
Yeah, does Marcos have one of those? He spent
does.
10 grand on it. Oh, now
He
it's
does.
$3,600.
He does.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
unfortunately. But I don't know. Library. I've heard some stuff about them lately. Their Twitter handle is buck wild. They're getting probed by the SEC.
Oh, wow. Not good.
No.
All right. So coming up on that hour 30. I don't know. What do you think? Should we cut it?
I think so. I'm
Yeah.
getting there, man.
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's
Good
just fun
stream.
to like have a couple of drinks and relax and look at the charts and just talk about what's going on. And it is what it is.
Yeah. So again, guys, thank you to all 7 of you guys watching consistently. If you guys haven't smashed that thumbs up button on your way out, the people watching on TikTok down here, I got to remember to turn that off when I'm done. Hit that heart button. I think one of the guys, he's a Voyager hero, was watching. He kept hitting the button for like 5 minutes, he said. So I have 1.5 thousand likes on my
Wow.
TikTok video. But I don't know. There wasn't many people that joined that. So it's TikTok. You got a bunch of young people on there who wants to look at a screen of TA. They don't even know what it is, but you never know. The other day I went live and I had over 300 people join when I was doing just my regular TA thing. It was crazy. I was like, must have hit the algorithm, and then it just dropped off significantly, but I got a couple followers. So I've been experimenting a lot with the TikTok space and uploading videos just to see that algorithm, because that is one of the most used social media sites out there. Granted, all the China crap and the taking your data, and that sucks. But I mean, my shit's all out there.
Aren't they Russia?
Could be.
I don't know. Yeah. What? They're both in bed.
Yeah.
So.
Read Six Figs articles in our magazine. Oh yeah, you wrote an article, right? And in Wendy's, Crypto Wendy's with mining with
man,
Jordan Mack. You're writing all these articles.
Dude, I've got some stuff to tell you guys. So yeah, that was a fun little article that I wrote for Crypto Magazine. So check out cryptomagazine.digital. You'll see an article I wrote in there, and if you look at the previous month, you'll see part 1. Yeah, Crypto Wendy writing some stuff in there, partnered up with Jordan Mack. I should say I can help contribute to one of his articles that he put in there. Actually, I just I got some crazy stuff going on with the whole writing thing, and I never thought that I would have been doing more writing. But
I'm terrible at writing.
Man,
my wife says I'm good, but I don't think I'm.
You should try it. You should try doing it more.
It also helps with like professional writing in general to do just to write more and whatnot. Like I think I'm decent. I'm not like bad with grammar, but my wife is really good at it. So I'd have to have her check
proofread it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got some stuff coming up. There's a big thing coming out here called Fast Blocks. It's going to be this big crypto blog. I'll be writing for them as well, and I'll be partnering up with some venture capitalists to do some stuff with them. So it's quite crazy, the stuff in the next 3 to 6 months. Yeah, I'm excited. I love it's kind of like one of these things. I just discovered that I love to do it. It's a fun thing to do a little bit of research and then make a little article. It's just fun. So, yeah.
What about interviews or any collabs that you could share with us? Do you have anything coming up? I'm trying to get some people on. I'm trying to get that Women in Weapons creator on at some point. I just been so busy lately and whatnot, but I eventually want to try to get some more people on and do some interviews and just try to change up things, because I think my channel's just been kind of stagnant. I've been doing the same type of thing. So I'm trying to get a little bit more creative, do some different things here and there. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah. Dude, you know what? It's just the same old grind. It'd be sweet if we can, I do have one person that I guarantee everybody's seen his videos and stuff like that. We'll disclose the person's name later, but I think that, he's on board to possibly come on the show. Phenomenal, a phenomenal guest to even have. Been through the ringer of crypto, the whole 9 yards. So I think it'd be cool to hear his take on the markets, things like that. We'll try to work some dates out or something so we could have him on one of these live streams.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But I guarantee you it'll be worth the watch 100%.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal. So
same thing with Jordan Mack too. I know he's been busy, but I would love to just have him on my channel and let's just talk about pretty much what we just talked about today, the markets and thoughts and everything. That'd be cool.
I spoke with Jordan the other day for a long time, and just catching up with him on a personal level, and he's so phenomenal at what he does. It's I agree. I'd love to see him back on the channel for a video.
Yeah,
pick his brain on the markets. He's just one of these people that's just been OG status since the beginning of time, as far as the crypto world is concerned.
Definitely. All right, guys, we don't want to bore you anymore. You guys all have a great rest of your Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't know what I have going on leading into the weekend. I don't really know what I'm doing. I think there's like a food truck festival going on this Saturday, which will be pretty fun. I think I'm heading to with the wifey. But other than that, I'm going to chill this weekend. Maybe I'll put out something tomorrow if there's any big news and whatnot. But that's pretty much it.
Nice.
All right, guys, smash that thumbs up button on your way out. Consider subscribing if you aren't subscribed. And turn on those bell notifications. You guys get notified as soon as I upload a video. That's going to do it for you guys on YouTube. I got TikTok here. Maybe I'll do something. If you guys don't follow me on there here after the show. I don't know. All right, guys. Take care. Airborne. Out. Man, that dude's just so immature. Come on, man. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good one.